Now, remember last spring you said Ousmane Dembélé was the best player in the world, Jules.
My boy.
And now he won the Ballon d'Or.
Oh, I'm so happy for him and his family and everybody, including at PSG. Well deserved, I think. The best player in the best team in the world. Best player for what he did on the pitch, the goals and the assists, obviously, but all the pressing, counter-pressing, everything. He's a remarkable man off the field as well. So I was super happy. It was between him and Lamine, and I can understand, why. I can understand Lamine disappointment for sure, because when you come so close, but Lamine Yamal is
You
going to
agree
win.
with Lamine's dad, too, that
Definitely
this is a
not.
big
And that's what I
moral
was going to
injustice.
say. Lamine is going to win the Ballon d'Or next year or the year after. It's inevitable. He's 18. He's going to win more than one. For Lamine Yamal's dad to come out and say, this is a theft, this is like robbery, I'm like, please, come on. Your son is a genius. Take nothing away from Dembélé, who had an incredible year. Lamine Yamal was not even La Liga's best player last season. How can he be the best player in the world when he's not even the best player in his own league? So
Some might say in his own, Rafinha might say, not even in his own team.
Exactly. So his time will come for sure, but for now, it's Ousmane Dembélé's world, and we're all living in it.
He's a wonderful story, the way he was a phenomenon at 18, 19, and then things went badly off the rails. I think he had some bad advice. I don't think he behaved very well in certain situations. I think he had injuries, and then to come back like this, it just speaks to his growth. It's a wonderful human story. As for the whole award ceremony, I like seeing DJ Snake.
Paris born and bred.
And when they gave the award for Team of the Year, and you have former Palermo legend. And by the way, Javier, you didn't give a shout out to Palermo among your former teams. That was disappointing.
Yeah.
Javier Pastore and DJ Snake up there. I wonder who's going to win this award.
I mean, I don't know who else would have won that award of Team of the Year, Men's Team of the Year anyway. But and meanwhile, Gabi, Aitana Bonmati scoops up the Women's Ballon d'Or. She has 3 of these at home now, 3 in a row.
Yeah, I don't think there was much argument here. What I think is remarkable about Aitana, and like you follow women's football more than I do, is how quietly she just excels everybody else. If you compare to previous winners like Alexia all the way back to Ada Hegerberg or whatever, there was so much hype. She seems so understated.
Yeah.
But then she makes a difference every time she's on the pitch.
Although she lost 2 big finals too. And Marina Caldente won 1 of the 2. Alicia Russo won the 2 out of 2.
Okay.
So I don't think it was a given.
Ones, penalties.
Yeah,
blah,
but it was
blah,
not a given.
blah.
I think that she would win it, and we don't know. Certainly, I haven't seen how close or not the others were behind her. But she's an incredible talent. She's maybe one of the greatest ever in the women's game.
I would have given it to Alessia simply because she's an Italy fan. Paris Saint-Germain stumble away to Marseille in a game rescheduled from Sunday due to bad weather. Jules, plenty of injuries. But still, this was not Luca Chevalier's finest hour. I wonder if Donnarumma had a little giggle.
Yeah.
No, because he was getting the prize for best goalkeeper in the world.
True, although Donnarumma made a mistake on the Arsenal goal at the weekend as well. But Le Chevalier did a Donnarumma in the sense that he tried to come out of the ball on a corner, missed it. I mean, it was 14 years since Marseille beat PSG in Marseille at the Velodrome. So it was about time, I guess. And De Zerbi used a high press in the first half, very aggressive, that worked. Second half, they defended for their lives and defended well, to be fair, against the PSG team that lacked a bit of desire, creativity, probably a bit of talent. Luis Enrique going for a back 3, probably not the right time and not the right place to try to do it.
Not the right center forward either.
Yeah, so in the end, well done to Marseille for winning this and using the old school, like it's us against them. Let's make a battle. Let's go and win this for our fans. Let's make the stadium incandescent and all of that, which worked. So
Are you going to pick on De Zerbi for getting needlessly sent off?
I was so pumped, wasn't it? So hyped, man. It was just like you knew it was inevitable. Napoli stayed perfect in Serie A with a 3-2 win over Pisa. But Gab, was this more uncomfortable than Antonio Conte would have liked?
Look, I think Pisa attacked them, and they didn't like that.
Yeah.
And they didn't expect it. I mean, in the end, more uncomfortable. It's 1-1, then they're 3-1 up, and then the goal comes at the end. I think if you're Conte, you take away the positives. He did. We saw. For a minute, I thought, is bad Conte coming back when he was talking about the summer, and he's like, we didn't have a huge summer transfer campaign. We simply had to make the squad bigger because we're back in Europe. Which, it's like, other than De Bruyne, look at the guys we bought. And it's like,
come on.
You could avoid saying that. Nice to see Lorenzo Luca come on and score a goal. I said this till Lukaku comes back, alternating
they will
Luka and
need him.
Højlund Luka gives you something different.
Milan rolled to a 3-0 win over Lecce as Santi Jimenez finally scores. Christopher Nkunku shines as well, and Christian Pulisic also bags a goal. 4 wins in a row now for Allegri.
Yeah, 4 wins in a row. His back threes working. And Nkunku looked good.
Lovely goal.
You're playing against Lecce, which, you got to take that with a grain of salt. I'm happy for Santi Jimenez because I think he got so much abuse. And I think he does have an upside if you stick with him. Pulisic is absolutely on fire. It's amazing when you rest the guy. And again, not to pick on Poch, but seriously, this is the guy who you think is a problem for your national team? Come on. Absolutely absurd. Julian Alvarez looked grumpy at being substituted last weekend. Clearly that motivated him as he bagged a hat-trick in the 3-2 win over Rayo.
Yeah, pretty good goals as well, Gabi. And more importantly, I guess, because once again, this was difficult for Atletico Madrid, who took the lead and then found themselves behind 2-1 with 10 minutes to go, and then he had to rescue them and win this game for them, really. So he was obviously not happy with El Cholo at the weekend, saying, why is it always me that you took out first? In this game, El Cholo was right to leave him on the pitch for the whole 90 minutes or so because he scored a hat-trick. That saves El Cholo, really, because not winning this game would have been really bad.
We don't have pictures in this podcast, but guess what? There's this thing called YouTube. Go and watch the highlights. Go and marvel at Alvarez's third goal and
the first one as well, the volley.
So Rayo's equal. The guy
Chavaya,
who shoots from
incredible.
When I first saw it, I'm like, is he shooting from the halfway line?
Yeah,
Not
incredible.
quite the halfway line, but close to it.
Yeah.
Some tremendous goals. Rayo play really good football, by the way.
Team, yeah. Roma nearly threw it away against Nice in the Europa League, conceding a late penalty before winning 2-1. But Gabi, it's all about the magnificent Dante. I mean, the only good thing about Nice, just about breaking records.
Yeah, I mean, I say they nearly threw it away. They gave Pizzilli was kind of stupid giving away the penalties. Maybe inexperience or 2-0 up, whatever, and then it gets slightly hairy at the end. Dante, 42 years young.
Incredible.
Jules, he's like your age, roughly.
Yeah,
right?
He's the oldest outfield player ever in Europa League history.
And
it's pretty cool.
I mean, he's playing at a high level. I mean, again, like people, Nice, Jim Ratcliffe, yada.
Who was there, by the way? Didn't look happy, obviously.
He was there.
Yeah, I'm even amazed that he was there.
Wonder what he was doing.
I had nothing else to do that night, so Wednesday night.
United in the League Cup, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Sticking with that game, Jules, more than 100 arrests in Nice, mostly of Roma supporters. They found a whole cache of weapons as well. It's the night before the match.
Yeah, a lot of issues.
It's like 1970. Were we back in the 1970s?
Yeah, I think so, Gabi. A lot of troubles. Obviously, Nice is close to Italy. It's almost Italy.
Used to be Italy, in fact.
I was going to say, it was Italy for a long time. I don't know. I think the worst was avoided because it could have been far worse if the ultras of the two clubs, and the Nice ultras, by the way, are not angels either, if they had properly found each other and had a proper fight. But still, it's kind of, again, scenes that you don't want to see before a football match, during a football match, after a football match, nothing around football. So
I have a lot of times, like I have a lot of time for fans and for ultras and whatever. When you bring weapons the night before, there's two things. What encourages me is, I'm going to purely speculate here, but while I have the greatest of respect for the French police, there is no way they're like, "Ooh, what's this?" And then they open the back of a van, the weapons fall out. Clearly, they had informants.
Yeah.
And I think that's important and encouraging. You bring a weapon to an away trip in football, that's it. You get a lifetime ban. I mean, I think it's it's as simple as that. And I'm glad that this was avoided. And these guys, I'm assuming, will all get banning orders.
You would think so?
Some should get criminal charges as well.
Yeah. Sorry, it's me. Former FIFA Vice President Jack Warner will not be extradited to face trials in the US. Gab, a 10-year battle comes to an end.
Yeah. So, for those who forget the battle days of FIFA, Jack Warner, who was banned for life by FIFA in 2015 after the scandal, the Borlak. He was also indicted in the U.S. But of course, the nice thing is if you're not a U.S. citizen, you don't set foot on U.S. soil,
Yeah.
you don't got to worry about it. So
Can
they've
stay
been
in
trying
Trinidad
to
and
extradite
Tobago.
him. Yeah, for 10 years, and he's staying in Trinidad and Tobago. Not a bad place to be,
Definitely not.
as Shaka Hislop often reminds us.
Yeah.
And they tried to go through the courts. Eventually, the courts. By the way, as I discovered, I'm not a lawyer, so as you know.
Yeah.
But I think the highest Trinidad and Tobago court, something to do with the Commonwealth, still like relates back, or they have to get approval or appointed by people here in the UK, which
Right.
is weird. But anyway, yeah, in the end, he stays there, and it's a wonderful quote. He says, "I could never get back the lost reputation, which has happened to me. My life can now begin afresh, but it's 10 years too late." No, you know what? The reason you won't get back your lost reputation is the reason that you were banned from FIFA.
Yeah.
Everybody can see that. Everybody can see the records and so on. The fact that you were denied extradition, they couldn't bring a case against you, doesn't mean that it's not real. Your reputation is garbage now.
Yeah.
And rightly so. And no, you won't get it back.
Because of what you did. Yeah.
Nor
exactly.
should you get it back.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know what? You could have collaborated. You could have opened your mouth and you could have said, "Oh, look, we did this and this and that. Can we strike a deal?" You didn't. You chose not to do that.
Yeah.
So I have zero sympathy for him.
Jose Mourinho made his home debut for Benfica against Rio Ave and had to settle for a 1-1 draw.
Yeah, and I know the haters are going to say, look, Jose, you can't beat Rio Ave at first. Bring back Bruno. The reality is, if you watch the highlights, Andre Luiz scored an absolute worldie in injury time to equalize. Expected goals were like 2.70. There's many reasons you can criticize Mourinho if you want.
Yeah.
This was not one of them.
Yeah.
Inter Miami and Lionel Messi are going to the playoffs, Jules.
Yes.
He bags 2 goals en route to a 4-0 hammering of New York City FC.
Yeah, he's got 24 goals in 23 games in MLS, as you put it in my notes for me.
But you already knew that.
Yeah, Luis Suarez was back. And in his absence, I love Messi as a number 9 or false number 9, call it, because I think he was very good in previous games too. He was back into a more second striker, number 10 position with 2 lines of 4 behind them too. And this worked well. I don't know if this is a team good enough with Rodrigo De Paul and Busquets, for example, the 2 double pivot to go far in this competition. As we saw earlier in the season, in various competitions, they can be undone as well. But when Messi is in that kind of form, to be fair, I'm not sure who can stop him either. So it'd be interesting.
I am wondering when, I know Messi's a goal, but when somebody of that age is averaging more than a goal a game in your league.
Yeah, what you say about your league, you mean?
What does it say? I can't make my mind. Like, I mean, you have to know. Like, if Messi played in, see, it's even hard to compare with Europe, because if Messi played in La Liga and he played, say, for Barcelona, he would score, maybe he wouldn't score a goal a game, but he'd score a ton of goals.
Probably,
because but then it's because you're playing with a dominant team.
Yeah.
In MLS, where all the teams are equal, in terms of resources, more or less, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I was just looking at when I was in the States. I did something I rarely do. I looked at the MLS standings, and I always use a benchmark. 2 points a game. Normally in major European, 2 points average per match. Right?
Yeah.
Most European leagues, you have the top 3 or 4 teams that are around that, or usually the winners are like around 2.4, 2.5. I think when I looked at it, there was nobody who even had 2 points a game. So it is a very level league.
Yeah, everybody can beat each other.
That's pretty remarkable.
Yeah.
Jules, this brings us to an end, but we got to come back because it is another loaded weekend across the big 5 leagues in Europe and beyond, including the Madrid derby. How about that? Vamos, Cholo! So we're going to be back on Monday. Until then, love the game, love your neighbor, love yourself.